So tonight is UFC 324, the first card on Paramount Plus. And it is a pretty good card, to be honest, all things considered. We done a video yesterday, on why Paddy Pimblett will definitely submit Justin Gaethje. But I also did say that we would run through our predictions for the rest of the card, and that's what we're going to do. So again, starting with the main event, Paddy Pimblett by submission, under definitely within 3, likely within 2 for this one. Again, I basically done a whole preview video for this yesterday, so if you want to know more about it, you can go and watch that video. On to the co-main, which was supposed to be Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes, is now Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. And I have Sean O'Malley here by decision. I really don't think that O'Malley can afford to lose this, to be perfectly honest. He's just off the back of back-to-back losses against Merab, and he's looking to get back into title contention as there is a new champion. Now that is actually going to play into my prediction here, because there's a lot of talk about Sean O'Malley actually getting a title fight against Peter Yan because of the controversial decision the last time. People are really looking forward to this, possible 5-round matchup between the two. And I don't think we can really be having the discussion of Sean O'Malley getting a title fight if we're also then going to say he's going to struggle to beat Song Yadong. I don't think he's going to knock him out, but I do see a 29-28, 30-27 decision here going to Sean O'Malley. And I'm not going to get into the absolute nuts and bolts of every single fight, because again, this prediction video does have to go up because the pay-per-view is tonight, so I kind of need to get this done quickly. I'm a big picture guy. We're discussing the bigger picture of these fights here. And that takes us on to the next one, which is Derek Lewis versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. Now, the bigger picture for this next fight is all fucked up because Cyril Gane, the eye poke, Tom Aspinall, he's out. We don't know when he's going to be back. But I heard, right, prior to that fight, title eliminator, discussions about this fight, because Waldo Cortez Acosta is number 5 ranked. A win would move him up the rankings. Derek Lewis here sitting at number 8. You would think even with a win he shouldn't really be getting a title fight. But Dana White has already dropped the information that Derek Lewis is Donald Trump's favourite fighter. And we have a White House card coming up, right? So it is entirely possible here that a Derek Lewis victory may mean we see him at that White House card competing for a championship. And I know that does sound ridiculous, especially when we have, names like Alex Pereira coming up to heavyweight. Like, surely if Aspinall's going to be out, it has to be Gane and Pereira for an interim. But you just wouldn't put it past Dana to do this just because Trump is his friend. Like, can you really sit there and say he absolutely categorically wouldn't do it? He might. He really might. I have Derek Lewis to win here by knockout. It is a feeling. It is a gut feeling. Knowing this card is coming up, I just think the powers that be are going to make it happen. Derek Lewis, again, no nuts and bolts, big picture here. Derek Lewis, first round KO. Because, honestly, Waldo Cortez Acosta is shit. And, he is shit, right? And I can bank on Derek Lewis to get a knockout. You can. It's one of these things. In a 50-50 scenario and Derek Lewis is in the fight, you have to pick him because he just has that knockout power. So Derek Lewis, round 1 KO, on to the White House for Derek. Next we have Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. Natalia Silva seemed to gain a whole load of new fans actually after her appearance at the press conference the other day, myself included. And look, women's flyweight, The 29-28 decision, spin the fucking wheel, flip a coin, whatever. Natalia Silva, I think UFC hopes will win, and in a close decision, which is a Rose Namajunas fight, it will be a close decision. I think they'll give it to Natalia Silva. I think they want her in that title fight against Shevchenko. So she's who I've got for this fight by decision, 29-28. Almost guaranteed, to be honest with you. Because that is what this card actually needs. 3 rounds of women's MMA. Right, I mean, second fight on the card, just as we're starting to get going after the autistic battle for the ages, women's MMA really is where we want to go next. So, so our first fight on the main card is actually one I am very much looking forward to. Arnold Allen, Gene Silva. They've basically just marketed this fight as like the battle of autism. And I think Gene Silva has the more powerful fucking strain of it, to be honest. Earlier when I said that you can rely on Derek Lewis to get a knockout, like in a 50-50 situation, just take Derek Lewis because there's, you know, a likelihood that he will get a knockout. Arnold Allen's almost the opposite, where it's like, you know, he can just break his hand at any moment because they're brittle and made out of fucking paper mache. And so I think Gene Silva will get a decision win. I don't actually see a knockout here, but I do see a 3-round war, possible 29-28 decision for Gene Silva. No, Gene Silva's just off the back of a knockout loss to Diego Lopez, but he has to have learned from that maybe you shouldn't just go chasing after your opponent round in circles in the octagon when you're up. You know, you have the round, there's a minute left. Maybe don't just completely, like, just sprint at him and chase him around the octagon. So hopefully that was a learning moment. And yeah, I think he will get the win. I don't actually know who he can face next, but we might do another video after the event, looking at some future matchups. So I'm already around 7.5 minutes into the video, so we're just going to blast through some of these prelims. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Davison Figueiredo. Umar 30-27 decision. I mean, standard par for the course here. Again, we're talking about Umar in title contention. You know, I don't think we can really have problems with Figueiredo at this stage of the game. I see a dominant win. It's going to be interesting to see actually who gets that title fight, because Merab could come back and get an immediate rematch, and you couldn't really complain about that given his title run. But with an O'Malley win and an Umar win with Merab coming back, it's going to be interesting to see who they actually give that title fight to. Another fight I'm really looking forward to here, Ateba Gutierrez versus Andrea Puliev. Ateba Gutierrez by murder, first round, likely. And I'm hopeful that now we can get some actual decent competition for Ateba Gutierrez. I can still see them giving him cans though, to be honest, after this, and really just stat pad his record. But I would like to see him get somebody a little further up the chain for his next fight. And now just to quickly speed run through some of these really early fights. We're taking Bukakis, we're taking Charles Johnson, we are taking Michael Johnson, we are taking Josh Hockett, and we are taking Ty Miller. Just a quick something to throw in here at the end. RIP to Cameron Smothers. Look, obviously joking, he is still alive, and I hope he is well. But what the actual fuck happened there? And yes, the Bisping video was hilarious. So just another quick shout out for the video that I done yesterday covering the main event. And yeah, go and watch it. I hope everyone enjoys the pay-per-view tonight. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll be back with another video after the event tomorrow.